So the stars were out in New York City on the blue flowery carpet at the Met Gala last night, and the theme for this year's fundraiser and fashion pilgrimage was superfine, tailoring black style. Gayle King was there looking amazing, and Nate was sideline reporting, getting the scoop on all the styles. By the way, this is the first time ever that the gala's theme has highlighted Black culture, and the first time in about 20 years that menswear has been a focus. The Metropolitan Museum of Art's exhibition that the gala celebrates is inspired by the book Slaves to Fashion, Black Dandyism and the Styling of Black Diasporic Identity. Black dandyism is a fashion style and state of mind, which rose to prominence during the Harlem Renaissance. It was viewed as a way to push back against racist limitations placed on Black people and dress in a way that commanded dignity and respect. So, who was your top look? Well, the fashion conclave starts now. Here to help us break it all down and talk about the significance of this year's theme is Vogue digital editor Leah Faye Cooper. Leah, thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Looking fly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Looking super fine.
Super fine.
Thank you.
So talk to us about this theme, Black dandyism, and how people delivered and what the significance and the importance was of it.
Okay, so Black dandyism really is, the embodiment of how Black men have just dressed fabulously, over centuries, over decades, really using fashion as armor, so to speak, to navigate the world. I think that when you are disenfranchised, when you're discriminated against, there's so much that is out of your control, but how you dress and how you present yourself to the world is something that is in control. And just dressing well and being finely tailored is a really big part of Black culture.
It's so interesting. It's a lesson that my mother taught me very early on. I mean, people from outside of the United States generally want their children to look a certain way.
Yeah. To look just so, as my mother
just
said.
So,
Yes.
right? But I love the way you describe it, Leah, as armor.
Yeah.
Because it does send a signal to the rest of the world that you command respect. So let's talk about, because before we get to the looks, the important role the gala plays for the Costume Institute.
It's extremely important. So everyone sees this big, glamorous, star-studded party, and the Met Gala is very much that, but it really is a fundraiser, so it raises money to keep the Costume Institute open at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which is one of the most important and frequently visited museums in the world. It's quite a hefty bill to put those exhibits on, to acquire garments, to preserve them, to staff the Costume Institute. So that's what this gala really does, is raise money, to keep it running. And as far as what it does for fashion, I mean, it's highly visible, and so it's a really big moment for both established designers and emerging designers to have someone, in their clothes, celebrities, at this red carpet that so many people watch.
So let's talk about the looks.
Let's do it.
All right.
About the looks.
Hot takes. Who do you think slayed the red carpet last night? Who was memorable? Who were your breakouts?
Okay, so I really have to give it to our 4 co-chairs. I think they all looked fantastic.
Yes.
And I think that they really embodied the theme because they all looked amazing, but they also really looked like themselves. And the dress code was tailored for you. And talking about Black dandyism, a lot of that relates to personal styles. So we saw Lewis looking sharp
Hamilton.
as a tack in Wales Bonner.
He might have been my favorite look,
Lewis,
honestly.
really?
Took my breath away.
Amazing. He looked
Over
amazing.
Zendaya?
So that's the thing, they're like perfect together.
I know, they are.
Yes.
Lewis and Zendaya were both in this like tailored, clean, white suiting with hats. And for a second I thought, oh, maybe that's understating it, but then it's actually, no, it's perfect.
No, it's
Look
perfect.
at this.
It's
I mean,
perfect.
this, to me, this is the
looked
look of the
amazing.
night.
She looked
This is the look of the night.
as she always does. She's channeling Bianca Jagger there. She looked fantastic in custom Louis Vuitton. I loved Pharrell. I mean, he was wearing, also LV, and there were a trillion beads on it that were fantastic. One that I really loved too was Christian Lachman, and he is a young man. He's a model he lives in Atlanta. He got a call a few months ago for a job. He had no idea what it was, and he ended up being the face of the Met Gala catalog.
Oh,
and,
wow.
The face is
Stunning.
so
Oh,
much.
look at that collar.
Yes, and he looks, I mean, look at that. Fab. A lot of white suits we saw.
A lot of white suits. Gigi Hadid, also real quick if we have time, I loved her look. She was in this gold drapery dress that was inspired by a Josephine Baker look.
Yes,
Look at
yes,
that.
yes.
Look at that.
She's
Stunning.
She looked great. She looked great. And I love the hair, too.
Yes.
I loved any time that there was a historical antecedent that showed that. We saw that with Ava DuVernay. We saw that with Jodie Turner-Smith, that they were sort of paying attention. Look at Ava dressing like one of her ancestors.
Wow, that's actually her
That is her,
ancestor?
yes, indeed.
Wow.
Like, and she took inspiration from that photo to dress herself for this.
Yeah,
gala.
this theme was very personal. Like, a lot of people had a lot of personal details. Diana Ross showed up
Queen.
as only the boss does.
Yes.
It's an amazing long cape by 1116 by Ugo Mosey, and she actually had the names of her children and grandchildren embroidered on it, which was really special.
Amazing. Leah Faye Cooper, always great to have you, my old Columbia homie.
Yes.
Like, good to see you.
Go Lions.
Exactly, go Lions.